Okay, Reggie, now that we know that Diddy it will be serving 50 months in prison, um, what is next for him? Will he stay where he is? Does he go somewhere else? What's next for Diddy now that this happened?
Well, generally now, what's going to happen? And I laugh. I've been hearing people with their predictions and stuff talking about he going to a prison camp and all of that, and then he going here and going there. I wish people wouldn't comment on things they don't know about. Uh, AKA Suge Knight and Gene Deal, talking about how he gonna have all this bad time and all of that. Number one, Diddy ain't gonna have no problems in prison. That bull crap that they talking about somebody trying to kill him in prison, that's just a lie that the attorneys that came up with to try to get him all or to to try to get him some sympathy from the judge. Ain't nobody trying to get at Diddy, especially if he doing all of those great things that they've been saying he was been doing in prison, like teaching courses and all the letters of the prisoners or the inmates talking about, how he changed their life and stuff like that. So, uh, that's just some lawyering that was going on. But the bottom line is, I done broke down to y'all. If Diddy do more than 2 years, if he do more than 2 years, I'll be surprised. I know I've been the one putting out about the RDAP program, and a lot of people mentioning that. I now remember how hard it was for guys to get into the RDAP program that was already in. So I don't really think he's gonna get a chance to go and do the RDAP program. But because of the either the First Step Act or the Second Chance Act, I forget which one it is. When you get the age of 50, you go from, and a lot of people are reporting that he got to do 85%. The only way Diddy's gonna have to do 85% is if number one, he mess up his time. But two, and this is the one thing I'm not sure on, I should have looked it up before I came on to see if the the charge that he was convicted of, the Mann Act or prostitution or whatever, if that's a considered a violent crime versus a victimless crime or a crime that because they have a program where people that don't have violent crimes, you get 50%. If you're over the age of 50, you get 50% of your time and not the 85%. That's a new law that just came in like 2017, 2018, that actually Donald Trump signed in. Obama and his administration fought for it, and but Trump didn't have to sign it, and he did sign it during his first term. So we ain't gonna go over the times. A lot of people done told the times. Everybody knows Diddy be out of there, or at least in a halfway house within 2 years. So don't think he's gonna be doing no 5 years or 4 years or 50 months like everybody's reporting because of the halftime. If he don't mess up, he don't lose his good credits. And um, if Diddy don't, uh, let's see, his good times, and if it's not a violent crime. So Diddy will be out in 2 years, or at least at a halfway house. Okay. So the question is, and the main thing we want to see is, everybody is reporting that Diddy's going to go to a prison camp. The only person in the history of prison for a sex crime that went to a prison camp is this young lady that Donald Trump, and so we know Donald Trump he will bend the rules for certain people, or he will have his people up under him bend the rules. Where they put this young lady in, Maxwell or whatever her name is, they gave her, had a 20-year sentence, and she was sent to a prison camp, to keep Donald Trump's secrets. So he looked out for her. But the rules for the prison camps is, number one, it can't be a violent crime. Two, you have to have under, I think it was like 12 or 13 points, something like that, low points, and less than 10 years left on your sentence to go to a prison camp, and not be involved with a a sex crime. That's why you'll hear the term chomos a lot. Chomos don't go below a low. Most of the guys that y'all know on lows that wasn't working their way down, just stuck at a low, that didn't work their way down from the FDIC to the mediums, and they're stuck at a low. It's generally because there are two things: rats or they chomos, meaning got some sex crimes on their jacket or domestic violence. So Diddy won't be at no prison camp. So all those people like Gene and Suge saying he's going to be going to a prison camp, they don't know what they're talking about. Unless Donald Trump step in like he did for Miss Maxwell. All right. Now, generally the rules is the judge usually send you, well, it's not the judge anymore. BOP usually send you to a prison that's about 50 miles away from your home. So we know Diddy has, 3 different addresses. I guess he has the New York address, the Florida address, and the LA house. So Diddy can go to any prison in those areas from any of those 3 locations, because they generally try to keep you as close as you can to your residence, usually within a 50-mile radius. I looked up a few prisons that have the sex for people that have sex crimes, and there's one in Florida, I believe, called Coleman, that I wouldn't be surprised if he go to. Fort Dix in New Jersey, Petersburg in Virginia, and Butner in North Carolina. And any of those 4 prisons are pretty much, I think, it's kind of cool, for as far as being in prison. Once again, at a low, at a prison camp, everybody that's reporting this going to happen to Diddy, this going to happen to Diddy, they don't know what they're talking about. Ain't nothing going to happen to Diddy. Diddy going to be all right. The hardest time is going to be for Diddy is adjusting and dealing with guards and trying to either be cool with his race, don't get caught up into those trying to alienate from the woods, from the different Mexican groups in there, from Northsiders, Southsiders, or the I forget what they call the state call them Border Brothers, but they call them something else in the pen. The Mexicans, I can't even think of what they call them, and they were the coolest ones, to be honest, especially on the West Coast. The Pisces. And then you have the islanders who has the yellow ones. So those are your different sets in the prison. He definitely better be with the blacks, and they're gonna look out for Diddy. And so any of y'all that's concerned, worried about Diddy's safety in there, he's gonna be okay. He'll be out within 2 years. I don't believe Donald Trump is gonna pardon him, but we'd like to put up a poll and see what y'all think in the comment section. Do y'all think now Donald Trump going to step in and pardon Diddy? I don't think so. There's a comment, some audio out there where Trump's pretty much said, "Hey, he was on the opposite side uh, of the politics in the last few years, so I don't know if he's my friend." And y'all know one thing about Donald Trump: when he say something, he means what he say. Him and George Bush, that's one thing about them. If they say something, they mean what they say. And so that would be my take. A lot of people, and I've been hearing videos and saying, Diddy gonna do this, Diddy gonna be here, Diddy better watch out, Diddy better be careful. Diddy ain't gonna have no problems in no low prison. Now I'm not gonna say if he went to an FDIC or a medium that the politics is different, but at a low and a camp he's not eligible for. Once again, I'll say it again. He is not eligible for a camp, club, what they call it, club fed or club med, which ain't no such thing. And he will be at somebody low prison in the area. And yeah, that's my prediction, and that's what's next for Diddy. Uh, he'll get some computers, and he'll be emailing people, and he'll be probably doing collect calls from P Diddy. It's like we had what collect calls from Suge Knight real soon. So shout out to everybody that care. I'm glad he got some time just to go and because the one thing I do agree with Gene Deal about is him doing 2 years is like a regular motherfucker doing 15 or 20 years. When you got money and stuff like that, it's hard to be taken away from the money. But if he take care of 4 or 5 guys in there, he'll be all right. Might come out fat like me, eating every goddamn thing in sight. Bon first, we'll be back with y'all. Peace.